Hey guys, Corey here from Sky's the Limit Car Care. If you're not familiar with us, we offer really high quality detailing products and we help people make their cars shiny, to keep it simple. We offer a whole range of products from microfiber cloths, really high quality microfiber cloths, all the way to polishing compounds, machines, tools, detailing brushes, and all the chemicals you need to take the very best care of your car that you can. We really pride ourselves in the honest and reliable service that we offer. We get things shipped out the same day, and we offer great products, so check us out. We've got a really cool video for you today. I know a lot of people are always excited about CQUARTZ UK, and we get a lot of questions about how to apply that. So we wanted to put a how-to video together. There's a lot of things that could be said about ceramic coatings, but this is specifically a how-to video, and we're going to get right to that. We have the 30 milliliter bottle for CQUARTZ UK. It also comes in 50 milliliter bottles and then a small sample size for those who need to test it out first and haven't really decided whether or not they want to take that leap from a wax or a sealant to a ceramic coating. Depending on your level of expertise with a dual action polisher, I would highly recommend that you seek a professional to put a ceramic coating on your car. But if you want to do it yourself, then this is, if you're that type of person that likes to do things yourself and you're never going to go to a professional to do it, then CQUARTZ UK is probably the best option for you. It has great durability and is not too difficult to apply. This particular kit has the 30 milliliter bottle in it. A 30 milliliter bottle is enough to do approximately 2 coats on an average size car. Could probably do 3 coats on this size car, but you'd be pushing it. As long as you didn't do the wheels, you could probably get it done. So you're looking at about 15 milliliters per coat for an average size vehicle, and then about 20 to 25 milliliters per coat for something like an SUV. You do not have to put 2 coats of coating on. You could put 1 coat on, but it will definitely make a difference if you put 2 coats on. When you put that first coat on, a lot of that is going to absorb into the paint, into the surface of the paint, and then you're going to come back and put the second coat on. That's going to build up on that surface and give you a tighter, stronger, more solid bond for your ceramic coating. So obviously take the wrapper off as usual. You give the product a shake. It comes included with the suede towels and the foam applicator block. So you're going to remove some of those. There is there's 5 of the suede applicators, and you're going to take the CARPRO applicator block. You're going to take the suede and wrap it over the gray side of the applicator block. There's 2 little slits, one on each side, and you can take a credit card and press that cloth down into there if you don't want this to come off. I'm used to just using it like this from before we had before we had those slits in them. So I just hold it like that. I do think it's important when working with any kind of chemicals to wear gloves. I prefer the nitrile gloves that we offer. So you got your gloves on, you've got your suede wrapped around your applicator. You're going to take your CQUARTZ, give it a shake. Don't aim it towards your eye when you open it. You never know if there could be a little bit of buildup or something that spits out, so you don't do that. Take it like that. When you put this on there, you may see some directions that tell you put a few drops on, but I think there's an error in translation there amongst people. What you actually want to do is put a full strip of product on. So you want to have your towels at the ready to wipe off. The cool thing about CQUARTZ UK is you have a good window to wipe off, so we'll get into that in a minute, but we're going to go ahead and I'm actually touching the applicator against the bottle and then dragging it so it'll pull a whole line out, and then you might put 2 or 3. So there's 3 lines of product on that applicator because it was brand new and dry, and then you can just put it flat against the paint and just follow the contours of the vehicle. Go like that, all the way down, up to there. And if you start to get any drag on the applicator, it means you need to add more product. I've got plenty of product for this size area, so I'm just gonna come back and crosshatch in this direction. That's to make sure we're pushing the product into any pores. Pores in paint are sticking up at different angles, and if you were to look at it with a microscope, you would see that the pores don't all just stick straight up like this. So you want to kind of push it in from every angle, and that's why CARPRO recommends the crosshatch pattern. Now, if you're brand new to this and you've never applied the particular coating that you're about to use before, then you would pause here, you wouldn't keep applying the product, and you would take your wipe-off towel and you would wait, and around the time that you think it might be time to wipe it off, maybe a minute, maybe two, you might wipe a little section of it and see how it acts. If it was super easy to wipe off, if it didn't look dry or didn't look like any kind of rainbow flashing marks, then you might wait longer. Another minute, wipe another section. Basically get to know the product before you start putting it all over your car. That's critical. In this case, I already know that I have plenty of time in this environment. It's about 73, 75 degrees in here, Fahrenheit, obviously. And so I'm gonna go ahead and move into the next section. Once you're familiar with the coating and comfortable with it, you can go ahead and keep applying. So we know that we have this product on here at X time. Always pay attention to if anything kind of sand or anything that gets into your applicator, you want to get that off right away. Any kind of sticky adhesive or something like that that gets on there, make sure to get that off. We can edit that out. So you add some more product to your applicator and you just move right into the next section. And if you have some curves in the vehicle, then you can use those to kind of keep track of where you've applied it, just to help you focus on that. Now you'll hear people talk about the product flashing, and that basically means that the solvent that's inside of the product is evaporating out of it, and generally you'll see it start to turn a rainbow color. Now in an area like this, you can pull this off of here and actually get into those areas real well. You do need to pay attention to getting that product back out of those areas when you wipe it off. This is the kind of place where you could easily create a high spot, or down into a tight curve, you could easily end up with a high spot. So you want to finish your application with nice, even pressure so that you're not having thicker areas of product. And so let me just clean up that mess I made and level it out like that real quick. Depending on the size of the vehicle and how many people you have working on it, you may continue around this side and have somebody else start wiping it off behind you, or if you're working by yourself, then you just want to know when is too long and not leave it on beyond that point. These are the type of towels that work really great for wiping off a ceramic coating. The CARPRO two-phase towel is one of our favorites, and the Microfiber Madness Slogger is another. Either one of these do a fantastic job for this job. So once it's flashed, and again, one of the really cool things about CQuartz UK is I could leave this on for probably 3 minutes or for 10 minutes, and I'm still not going to have a problem in this environment. But again, if you aren't familiar with it in your environment, do the test I already told you about in the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off. Even though I can tell from the feel of it, I would be able to leave it on here longer. There's no reason to. I can also tell that it's ready to come off if I want to take it off. So if we weren't doing this video, I'd probably go ahead and do a couple more panels before I came and wiped this off, or I would at least have finished the hood. But in this case, this is what's important for us to get to now. You can do the headlights as well. In fact, we recommend that. Coating the headlights, you prep those in the same manner that you prep the paint. And for more information on the preparation process, which is critical for the coating to work, you can take a look at some of our other videos. I think the video from last week and the week before that will give you details on, I think we went over the products that we use for preparation in those two videos. So that is pretty much the entire process for applying the first coat. At this point, you would just continue going all the way around the car. You generally want to have at least 30 minutes between coats of CQuartz UK. So if you put a second or third coat on, some people do use 3 coats. Beyond that, it's really a point of diminishing returns to keep adding coats. Most people probably go with 2. Some people do 1, but again, we do recommend 2. Anyway, you would leave at least a bare minimum of 30 minutes between coats. We recommend about 45. Once you get to the 90-minute mark between coating or between layers, it can start to get a little bit finicky with a product like CQuartz UK or any other quality ceramic coating. So between those coats, generally what people will do is they'll get all the way around the car and then they'll just start again immediately in the same place and move the same direction they did with the first coat. And wiping it off as you go, as we discussed, within that 3 to 10 minute period depending. At that point, you have the ceramic coating on the car. One other important note is that if you don't know what you're looking for, or if you're working on a lightly colored vehicle, it might be hard to find a high spot. And so it's good to look at it from different angles, like that. And you might not see it when you're standing still, but when you move like that, you see the light cross over it, and then it sticks out to you. It'll look like a darker spot or a shadow or a smudge or a rainbow. Lights like our scan grip light, LED lights, point lights, are not what you want to have pointed at the paint when you're looking for high spots. Those lights are meant for paint correction and finding swirls. For finding high spots, it's important that you have great ambient lighting. So if you were to imagine just like daylight, bright sunny day and then blotting out just the sun, but a blue sky, just a lot of ambient light all around you, that's the kind of lighting that's best. So if you have like a 5,000, 5,500, 6,000 Kelvin color temperature lighting around you, then you're going to be able to find high spots easier. All right, guys, that rounds out the video for CQuartz UK. There are a couple other tips that I wanted to add in my closer, and that is these suede towels that we're applying with. If they start to collect some dirt or accumulation from maybe getting up underneath the underside of the skirt, or when you do the rubber seals around the windows or anything like that, that's a good time for you to switch it and either flip it over or switch out to another suede towel. A kit comes with 5 suedes. If you get a 50 mil, then you might consider purchasing an extra 10 pack of suedes. They're like, I think $10, $11 for a 10 pack of the 4-inch suedes. Even if you do not see dirt or anything accumulate on there from something like that, it is always important to switch these out every 15, 20 minutes so that the coating that starts drying in there doesn't complicate the process for you. So after you've done, say, the hood and 1 or 2 other panels, say 2 or 3 panels, then you'd flip it over, do a couple more, and then toss it, grab another suede, put it on, and continue. Repeat that process. Similarly, with your wipe-off towel, you do not want to keep using just one side of that towel for the whole car. You want to keep track of that. CARPRO has a logo in their 2-phase towel, and I like to start with that on one side so that I can keep track of what's happened. It's just something that I do, but regardless of if you have that or not, pay attention to when you use the towel to wipe up the CQuartz. Say you wiped up this whole area, you might flip it over and use a clean side that hadn't been wiped at all to do the final wipe so that you don't accidentally reintroduce some product on and cause yourself a high spot. And so then when you move to the next section, the side that you just did that final wipe with, you can use that side first and then move to a new side for a final wipe. So basically, it doesn't accumulate and get a lot of buildup on that towel. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below, and any other details you'll find down there. Have a great day, guys.